Hello folks, welcome to DCS World in the big screen beyond, my first test. And yeah, using this tiny little micro OLED VR headset in a dogfight is quite an interesting experience, simply because I don't have the bulkiness of more traditional based VR headsets. It really is quite a game changer, actually. I hate to use that word, but when you do need to have your head on a swivel, this makes a big difference. Absolutely, definitely. And in terms of the display, it does look gorgeous. I'm going to overshoot this guy. Oh, can't quite get on him there. Very close. So performance, I have to say that of course you do not get dynamic foveated rendering on this because the big screen beyond does not have eye tracking. So I think that might be a bit of a turn off for a number of people. However, I must say that with the multi-threaded version using Steam VR, using the native resolution of this headset, I know I've got labels on, that's because I've just left them on. Don't kill me too much, DCS purists, but you know, I'm not a very good dogfight guy. But for this test, the performance is excellent. I'm getting 90 frames per second still. So I don't really need dynamic foveated rendering. I think that's because the resolution, well, the pancake lenses of the big screen beyond doesn't need so much barrel distortion correction as, say, aspheric lenses. So the actual resolution is a bit easier for my computer to handle. Oh, did I get him there? I'm not quite sure. No, I think I missed him again. But like looking there at the enemy, I can see him very clearly. Not as clear, it must be said, it's not as clear as the Aero and Crystal, okay? You need to understand that. But I would sort of compare this to the Reverb G2, but with pancake lenses and a much wider sweet spot and crazy light form factor, which in itself is quite compelling, I would say. What is this guy doing? He's making it easy for me, look. Oh. There we go. You know, I can feel the bullets through the Doppler LTH2. Quite amazing. Is that enough, or is he going down? I'm not quite sure. Now, of course, I am missing the audio, it must be said, especially in the Spitfire, which I think is one of the most beautiful sounding birds in DCS. There is an audio strap coming, but I haven't got that to test at the moment. And please also bear in mind that this is a pre-production unit big screen beyond. I'm looking forward to checking out the final version, hopefully, in the not so distant future. But yeah, looking at the gauges, everything looks very nice. I do have to mention it again, guys. I know I harp on about this, but there is glare in this display. I think if you're coming from a traditional Fresnel-based headset, or even the Index, which is pretty awful for glare, then you're going to be fine. And to be honest, if you've got an Aero and Crystal, I don't see the point. Oh, I got his prop there. I don't see the point in upgrading. I really don't, unless you really crave that form factor. Alright, I think he's down. We'll go and follow him down, actually, if I can find the right button. Might not be able to, actually. Hang on. Oh, that is him. But he's gonna take ages. So yeah. But yeah, looking there at the aircraft going by me in this scene. Admittedly, this is not a super busy scene, but there is still quite a few aircraft around. It's really solid at 90 frames per second. So this brings me to a realization, actually, that Steam VR isn't as bad as what people make it out to be, including me. I think it's definitely improved over the years. There's a train down there. Right, I think that's it. We got our 109. I don't think the other guy, I think he's scarpered now. So yeah, this is just a bit of a raw test in DCS World. I must say, it's absolutely amazing. This headset, being so small, this form factor in a combat scenario makes a lot of sense. It really does. Right, so I thought I'd just end with using the F-16 in my usual scenario in the Syria map. And again, I must say the visuals in the big screen beyond is fantastic. I'm so blown away with the fact that it's so tiny, yet the field of view in this and the detailing is very, very good. I am being a bit picky with the glare, and as I say, I don't think it'll be such an issue if you're coming from a Fresnel based headset or the Valve Index. But yeah, it's even without that, I think I could get used to it after a while. So interestingly, the frame rate is a little bit down on this map, so this is a good test. This is where both the Pimax Crystal and Aero with the dynamic favorited rendering would be getting 90 frames per second, but I'm at 75 frames per second here, or supposedly, but I think I'm a bit lower than that. In fact, let's have a quick look at the frame counter. Okay, so that's interesting. We are actually really close to 75 frames per second there. So, yeah, that's pretty damn amazing actually, considering we're not using dynamic favorited rendering, of course, because we don't have it, but it is the multi-threaded version using SteamVR. So that is actually quite good, isn't it? Yeah, that's... Again, I think it's because the Bigscreen Beyond is a native SteamVR headset, so it will run better than, say, the Reverb G2 or something, which will have to use the Windows Mixed Reality Portal as well as SteamVR, although you do have OpenXR for that headset. But even so, I think this is still running better. I do think this is one of those headsets that you do need to have plenty of time with. You may not be blown away with it straight away in terms of the visuals, but they're good enough actually. They are definitely good enough, and it's a trade-off considering the form factor is so small. I can't say that enough, guys. Like, moving around, I don't like to do it when I'm recording VR videos, but if I did... Right, I'm going to do it, guys, but look away now if you're a bit sensitive to it, but I'm going to do this now. Like, it's just, it never moves, and it never moves position. It's incredible. That is such a big deal for this headset. It really is. So if you do like moving your head around a lot in VR, and let's face it, we're human beings, we do move our head a lot, especially in a combat situation, I think the Bigscreen Beyond has a lot going for it, without a doubt. Anyway, that will do for this first impressions video in DCS World. I can do plenty more. Please do let me know in the comments below. But I think for now, I'll bid you farewell. Thank you so much for watching as always, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye bye for now.